Hi there and welcome. These are your handover videos for your Coachman VIP 575. So, starting off at the front, you've got your hitch head, black lever, breakaway cable, handbrake, 13 pin electric, and your jockey wheel. Now, we are using our test equipment today. So, starting off, we've got a gas bottle here with a gas hose connected. And then you have your regulator just inside here. You want to connect both sides of the gas hose to the correct spot. You can hand tighten to an extent and then just finish it off using a spanner. Make sure both sides are nice and firmly connected and twist your gas bottle in the positive or open direction. 2 ports either side of the caravan and 2 points at the back. You have these are where you will put in for your legs. Your caravan will come with a leg winder, or you can get yourself a 19mm drill bit and a drill to make it that touch quicker. Do not attempt to level or jack up the caravan using these points. They are simply used for stabilisation. First level using your jockey wheel and then stabilise using your legs. We're not going to be running water through the caravan today just because of the making sure it's all nice and drained off. Starting off here, this is your flue. Your flue is used to get clean air in and out of your boiler when you're using it on gas. Don't have to do anything with this except make sure it's nice and clean. Just here is your point for your plug-in for your water pump. Slots into here, then you can press down on the top to make it so it locks it into place. And just here you have your battery locker. So got your leisure battery, which is fitted just here, and then your electric, which is plugged into here. You also have your point for your motor mover there. Very simple system. These 2 points here, these are where your wastewater will come out of. You'll need some 28.5mm waste pipe to feed into a waste master. That comes from both your sinks and your showers. And then right at the end here, you have your point for your toilet capacity. This one up top, this is for your flush. Get yourself a watering can to make it that touch easier. It can hold around 10 litres of water. You can also put a bit of pink chemical in, which acts as a bleach without being corrosive. Then below, you've got your cassette toilet. So to remove it, press up on the orange handle and pull it out by lifting up the orange handle and sliding it out, making sure the catch inside the toilet is shut. That orange handle can extend out to make it similar to a suitcase. And when you get to your emptying point on site, twist this orange head to the side, open up that cap. You want to tilt, and at the same time as tilting, continually press in that vent button. I do recommend that once you've done that one time, open up just here, fill in some fresh water, give it a swill out, and again tilt and vent. Then on this cap here you have measurements of both imperial and metric. That is for your blue chemical. Blue chemical goes onto this cap, twists onto just there, head back to the central position. Then you want to push it just so that orange handle sits behind those white teeth. Now you don't want to travel with either of these two full. So to fully empty out this compartment, you have just up here this little bung which you open up and will remove any remaining water. Just above here you have your main control board. So this here, you've got your power on and off even button. You've got your lights here, so press that in. Controls for lights, and then you just use the correct light switch. Then you've got your awning light, press that in. Go outside, check, see your awning light comes on. Then you've got your pump button. So making sure that you have your yellow valve in the correct position, you'd press that, come over to your sink, open up the sink just like that and let it run for about 30 seconds. And what you're after is a nice steady continuous stream. If you haven't used the caravan in a little while, give it about 2 minutes to allow that water to come through the system before opening it up, but go both hot and cold as well. Then just next to it, this button doesn't do anything. It's an additional button that they put on for certain models, but you press and hold on this button here and it allows you to see the amount of levels inside the leisure battery. Now I am currently plugged into mains, so that does show full capacity coming into the caravan from mains, but if you didn't have mains plugged in, you could press that in and see a true level of the battery. This here is your water pump. Your water pump has this connection point at the top, which slots into the side, which I showed you in a previous video, and then you have to slide down on the top handle and that will lock it into place. You have a plastic cap to go over the top of your ACK roll to make sure no nastiness gets in. And then you have this strainer. The strainer has to sit at the bottom of the water barrel, as otherwise it will just be gasping air through. It is a high flow pump, so it does gas through a fair amount of water in one singular gulp. So just make sure that sits at the bottom. Underneath the right hand side bed, you have all of this stuff here. So I wouldn't recommend storing anything underneath here, as there is a fair few technical parts. Starting off first, this black bit here, this is your boiler. You have these two yellow switch valves here. Now they're currently in the vertical position, which means any water coming into the system would be drained out. When it's in the vertical, it doesn't allow any water to come through. When you want water to come through, horizontal position, can be horizontal either side, just as long as it's there. Now we are going to keep that in the vertical position to drain out any remaining water that's in the system. November to March, have that on almost permanently. I would also recommend anytime you finish up at site, just give it a quick drain off as well. You don't want to be traveling about with water flopping around the system. This black box here, this is your brain box for your motor mover. And then just here you have your solar panel regulator. This box here, open it up, it's all your trips and fuses, all the fuses correctly in, all your trips in the upright position as well. But just here we have your Truma command board. So this works on a dial and back button system. This being your dial, which you can press in and also twist to the side to select, and that being your back button. So the screen will automatically go green when it's not in use, but starting off, everything underneath this line can be selected. So first, you see this one flashing up, the caravan with the thermometer in it. That shows the internal temperature and the time. Press that in, allows you to select what temperature you'd like the caravan to be. So using the dial, twist side to side. You've got a maximum of 30 degrees and a minimum of 5. To select the temperature, you press in on the dial. Go back on it, you can see 23 again. Use that back button to get off. Next up, you've got your hot water. So you can either have it eco, hot or boost. Eco will get the water to 40 degrees. Hot will get it to 60. Boost will boost the temperature for 15 minutes and then drop it back down to eco. And again, to select it, it works on the same system. Then you've got your energy source. So you can either use gas mains or a mixture of both. So starting off strictly gas, mixture of gas and 1 kilowatt and 2 kilowatt, electric with 1 or 2 kilowatts. To select, again, press in. Next up, you've got your fan speed. So jotted across the caravan, you have these little vents here, which is where your fans are shooting out hot air. You can either have that eco or high. High will boost out the air faster, ultimately heating the caravan quicker. Then this one here, this allows you to set timers for when you'd like the heating and hot water to come on. So you'd first input the time you'd like it to start and then the time you'd like it to finish, which is ideal if you're wanting to use not use the heating and hot water when you're away from the caravan, also saves you gas. Then you've got your clock, which you have to set because it's not 23 minutes past midnight. I'm committed, but not that committed. Then this spanner here, this is some additional settings, such as language, brightness, and a few other bits. If you'd like to know a bit more about that, have a look in your manual for your Truma board. Then to turn this board off, you press and hold in on this middle dial, keep pressing, keep holding, turns itself off. Then we've got your toilet operation, which you might say is bog simple. So first up, this button here, this is your flush button. Press that, you can hear that motor whir. That motor, if you're fully got water inside the system, would push around that water. And just below, you have this catch, push it away, cleans up everything into your cassette toilet, all your peas and poos and sicks or whatever's into the cassette toilet, and then you push the catch back in the normal position. Then we have your cooker. Now your cooker works primarily off gas, bar the electric plate. The electric plate, you just select whatever gas mark you want and it will get to that temperature. Now this works standard to any sort of gas cooker that you may have at home. It's a case of pressing in and twisting the dial to the side, and at the same time pressing in this button to hear the click. So this is what it looks like when it's all lit. And you can see here, nice blue, clean, continuous flames. Turn it off, back to the central position. I would recommend as well, if you've not used the caravan in a little bit, plugging the gas in and coming over, making sure everything is working just here first. Then you've got your grill, and you can see here as well, that's all coming in nice and good. Obviously you can change the dial and the amount of fire changes, and again for the oven. And you can see at the back there, don't particularly want to cook my phone, that works there as well. Only other real thing to note, do not put down this glass plate until all of these burners are cold to the touch, and don't travel with that up. Okay, starting from the off position, I'll show you the fridge. So you've got this button here and these buttons here. This one, press it in, flash up and go to its most recent memory, which was mains on full capacity. If you want to change the source, you press and hold in on this button here, and it gives me the choice: mains, car battery, which I'm not going to select because there's currently no car battery attached, or gas. So if I wanted to have gas, for example, I'd press in again on this square, and then it would allow me to choose the amount of power I'd like to come in. So starts at 1, works its way up to 5. 5 will chill it the quickest. Now, if you were heading down to Devon, for example, it takes around about 4 hours for this to fully chill. However, you can chill whilst you are transit with the car. You can see here as well, after you've not interacted with the board in a while, it will flash off. Okay, want to change the source again, change, mains, on full, just like that. Turn it off, press and hold in on this, it will flash off and there's no longer a green icon there. And that's how to operate the fridge.